Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Generation Millennium. I'm your visually impaired host, Jeffro Madness, and we are back on Let's Go Pikachu for episode 7, I believe. When we last left off, I defeated the Cinnabar, well, not just Cinnabar, but both Saffron City, Sabrina, as well as Cinnabar Island's Blaine. And now we need to make our way, and let's see here. Ooh, dang it, Joy-Con. We need to make our way back over to Viridian City here. Because now it's time to, well, that was badly timed, but we need to make our way here back to Viridian City. Because if you were to come here early, you would notice there was a gym, but you would also notice you couldn't challenge that gym because the gym leader Giovanni is rather particular in the fact that he only accepts challengers for those who have 7 of the Kanto gym badges. So if you came here early in the story, you'll be out of luck. Ooh. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. I guess I have to... Wait, did I have to talk to him, or is the cutscene triggered if I get too close? It doesn't matter. I triggered the cutscene, now we can move on. Well, this is quite different from the original game because they wanted to add this additional cutscene. We go back to Professor Oak's laboratory, and we actually meet up with Blue here as well, in which Professor Oak pulls a genuine nostalgia that he apparently doesn't remember his own grandson's name, and then Blue's gonna be like, Gramps, no one finds that joke funny. Yeah, right there. He pulls a joke right there. And it falls about their flats, but like he can remember 150 Kanto Pokemon names in the Pokedex, and yeah, he can't remember his own grandson's name. It makes him a bit of a failure in that department. A failure as a grandfather, anyway. But to move on in the story, now that we finished that little cutscene, that not only did we get to see some entertainment there, but we also got the Keystone and Mega Stones from Professor Oak for the Kanto starters, meaning that if we have Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise in our party, we can make it evolve each of them respectively. And since I do have a well, not a Charizard, but it could soon be a Charizard, because it's currently level 35, I believe. Oh yeah, I also did a little bit of cleanup on my party. Let me actually open it up quickly once we land. So Nidoking is here. I've actually updated Nidoking's movesets by getting rid of Lock Slide and teaching him Ice Punch. I got the Ice Punch via coach trainer on the route south of Pallet Town. There's a coach trainer on an island. You battle them, you get Ice Punch TM. I decided to replace Rock Slide because that's going to come in handy for the Elite Four coming up, in as well as later fights. And then Pikachu's also still here in the team. Level 37. There's Charmeleon, just one level away from evolving. And Pidgeotto, also one level away from evolving, if I recall correctly. And there's nothing else on the team. I decided to remove them because at this point I'm not catching anything else throughout the course of this playthrough, so there's no real point to me having anything else on my team for now. And I guess I'm a little too early. And by early I mean I was right too early. I need to go one more level up. But the point of interesting news to relate, as of the day I'm recording, stupid phone call. As of the day I'm recording this episode, it's currently Wednesday, and the Nintendo Direct dropped. Although for you guys watching this episode, this is going to be coming out on a Friday. So it's going to be 2 days later after the Nintendo Direct drop. And while I did view it, and I say view because, well, I can't exactly watch it, visual impairedness and all that, but I did kind of skim through a good chunk of it because, well, it's full of content I don't really I wouldn't say I wouldn't care for, but I did find some stuff interesting, like that Mario RPG remake thingamabob, and like Peach getting her own game, Luigi Mansion thing getting an update as well. Those are interesting, but since I don't play those franchises, I'm not gonna be playing them. So, and did I mess this up again? What the heck? I thought the gym was up here somewhere. Oh, there we go. The heck? I don't know why I couldn't enter. But anyways, welcome to the Viridian City Gym. And as I probably already spoiled earlier, who the gym leader is, so let's just go find him. And I'm just going to battle these trainers now, so I don't have to battle them later. I don't think any of the gym trainers here are skippable. Then again, there's not that many of them, so it's not that big of a deal. And for the most part, this is supposed to represent a ground theme gym, because that's the theme for the Viridian City Gym, for the Earth badge. Although, what was that Pokemon I just took out? Was that Sandslash? I think that sounds like a Rhyhorn. I'm going to save my Ice Punch power points, so I use Earthquake there. And I might screw up this puzzle a bit. I don't think I've ever quite memorized how this puzzle worked. I think this then sends me up to this little corner up here. There's a trainer here. I think it's like 4 gym trainers total. Yeah, going back to like that Nintendo Direct that dropped. I was pretty surprised when it started off with Pokemon news. It's like almost as if they just wanted to get it out of the way. And speaking of getting things out of the way, I was a little underwhelmed by it. I was expecting some like post-trailer commentary after like the trailer was finished, but apparently we didn't. All we got was like there'll be more Scarlet and Violet news update in the future. Oh hey, level up. I know I've been using it for like pretty much all the battles since like since the 2nd episode, but dang, I didn't expect him to gain like 4 levels in the course of the playthrough. Not to know there's a trainer there. But either way, the big highlight news for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the fact that, for those of you who know about Shiny Lock Pokemon, previously up to now, Gimmighoul and Golden Ghoul were Shiny Locked alongside the 4 Ruination Pokemon. And of course the 2 Box Art Paradox Legendaries. But then the new Spotlight event has apparently dropped that will allow us to get Gimmighoul Shiny. Although Gimmighoul can be found in all the different star raids, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the thing that is different is that the 5-star Gimmighouls have a chance to be shiny. The bad news is apparently the full odds, 1 in 4,000-ish, whatever it is, and raid dens are not affected by the shiny charms. So you just have to look around your map, and since you can't tell which dens are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star, I think you can only tell if they're like a 6-star den, 6 or 7-star. They have a black coloration or something about them. So unfortunately, unless you have like a raid crawler system set up or something, you're probably gonna have a hard time figuring out what raid dens are what. Okay, I think I'm making progress. Can I walk over here? I somehow get the feeling I wasn't supposed to go this way, but oh well. Because I have a vague idea of which way I'm supposed to be going, but... Enter by phone call, but... But at least I'm not traversing through those blasted warp tiles in Sabrina's gym. And thankfully the spin tiles in Let's Go, they sped them up, so like if any of you out there played like the original Gen 1 games, oh yeesh, those spin tiles took forever. That's like the one aspect about porting those games I'm not looking forward to when they do come out. And yay, Charmeleon's finally evolving. It only took you like 5-ish episodes when I catch you. Episode 2 or 3, somewhere around there. Although the fact that you evolved before Pidgeot, well, I guess it does make sense. I took Pidgeot out of the party for a bit, so that's why you didn't gain as much experience. And I think you're like trying to learn Air Slash or something. May as well teach it to you. Since I kept you on my party this whole time, you deserve to learn a new move. Why not? But yeah, back to like Nintendo Direct stuff. Beyond, like, oh, you're evolving at the same time. Lovely. But beyond that, only other news I found slightly interesting is the fact like a master collection for Metal Gear Solid coming out. I'm definitely telling my cousin about that because he's a fan of the Metal Gear Solid series, especially the original games on the PlayStation that he played back in the day. So I'm pretty sure he'll find that getting that master collection very interesting. Like pretty much all his like childhood nostalgia is now pretty much on the Switch. Like Final Fantasy 7 got ported, Final Fantasy 9 got ported, Final Fantasy 10 got ported. Practically his entire childhood is now essentially on the Switch. So dream come true, I suppose. And I think it's supposed to be on that little right side here, on the right side of this wall thingamabob. I don't think I can squeeze my way over there, can I? Can I not move diagonally or something? Dang it. Because I'm close to the goal, but I need to be like on that other side of this thing. But it looks like I'm forced to go up here, which would just take me all the way around. Because yeah, you saw that little black door thing I just passed. That's where I need to go. But instead I get taken all the way back to the starts of the puzzle. And if I step over here, I think do I just step on a specific tile here? I forget how this puzzle works, dang it. Okay, maybe I have to go over here. And then it takes me up here. You force me like that. And then I go over here. And I think this is where I'm supposed to step on a particular tile. Oh, did I figure it out? Yes, yes, yes. I'm in a new area. Yes, yes. So I guess for the common question for this particular video, once it comes out, dang a phone call. What was your favorite aspect of the Nintendo Direct that dropped? Because while there was quite a few interesting tidbits there, I mean, for me personally, just the Pokemon news, and the Metal Gear Solid stuff was pretty much the only things that really caught my interest. Everything else was okay. Not excellent or great, just okay. I mean, it's like the summer direct. Were you really expecting anything huge to drop? Yeah, there we go. And I just like how like, when you enter there, like the doors just like dramatically open up for you. And here's the gym leader Giovanni. Hey, as I talk to you, hello. I see your Persian there too, but I'll talk to you, Giovanni. Ah, where are you? Come on, come on. Although I don't think I've ever explored your room as far. I don't want me to talk to you, Persian. I want to talk to your boss, your leader. There we go. So the boss of Team Rocket is Giovanni, and he's also a Divergent City gym leader. Which is, for some people, I suppose, could have been quite the little plot twist. Definitely was for Red. I mean, Red in Pokemon Origins I mean, who expects the boss of a mafia group to also be a gym leader? Although that would also explain why that little queen he used against Redwood was so strong. The fact that like in the animated short they showed like the fact that Red like actually lost to Giovanni rather than like being on equal footing. That was a nice twist in my opinion. I mean, he's out his Charizard, his starter ace, which makes sense for him, and then Giovanni just sends out this little queen that totally destroys him, and not to mention the entire president's office at the same time. That's definitely was something I wasn't expecting to see. And then Giovanni just escapes on his helicopter rather than just simply fleeing the building. Like, that was definitely just a nice way to incorporate moments into the story, in my opinion. But anyways, we're just facing off against Giovanni and his multiple ground types. And as you can see, we are demolishing him. Because I mean, level 78, 79? I forget. So it's just no surprise that we are destroying him. Even the Elite Four is only going to be like level 50 to 60, give or take. And since I'm like AV trained, level 70 plus, as long as I'm dealing effective damage, I can pretty much just one-shot everything in the Elite Four. Plus, I think this Nokia has like an attack boosting nature, so that's also a nice little plus. Only thing that's working against me is the fact I don't know what IVs this Nido King has, and unless it's level 100, I cannot hyper train him. So, I mean, I could have spent some time doing that, but that would have taken too long. Because leveling Pokemon up to level 100 and Let's Go, it takes a while. Which you could chain Chansey and Cerulean Cave if you really want to grind experience that way, but again, that still takes a while because Chanseys are very annoying to chain unless you've chained them for a long while. Then it's not that difficult or challenging. But for me, it can be, so that's why I don't do that. And now we actually have to press on that right panel in order to just let the war panels just take us out of here. And voila, that's all 8. We now have all 8 gym badges. And now we can make our way to the Elite Four. To the Indigo Plateau we go. Oh hey, and it's blue. I guess they're congratulating us for getting all 8 Kanto gym badges because apparently it's harder than you think because we each travel around the region. Other trainers don't apparently. That's why their Pokemon are definitely strong, but they're like not strong enough apparently because apparently in the world of Pokemon, obtaining gym badges it's like a very rare and hard feat for them, which I don't understand how that's a thing considering we can do it, so why can't they? But anyways, now we're on what is it, just Route 23 or something, on the way to Victory Road. And this is a spot in the game earlier that you could have an optional rival battle after you deliver Oak's parcel and you're supposed to make your way through Viridian Forest to Pewter City. You could come here and face your rival. It's optional. But I completely forgot about that. And to show it off in like the first episode or so. But I guess it's actually a good thing I skipped out on that because I would have to show this fight twice, even though it's like different before, although he would had his partner Eevee as well as I think he also has a Pidgey on his team at that point, which makes sense because as you saw the battle, he led with a Pidgeot, and now he sends out a Vileplume. What else do you have? Oh hey, there's the Marowak. Or rather say the Cubone that evolved into a Marowak. He's now the spitting image of his mother. Just opposite gender, I believe. I forget. I didn't look at the gender. But it's just so sad. You went through all that stuff and now you get taken down by one hit. And there is his starter, Eevee, and because of the fact that I skipped on the optional battle by beat him the first time around, I've just been beating him throughout the entire story. That's why he evolved to Jolteon. And I think he hit me with quick attack there. Or something. He went first. Wait, that's your whole team? I thought you had more. Don't you have a full team of 6 by now? How did you get 8 gym badges? Well, I mean, I guess I can't speak because I also don't have a full team. But anyways, let's just continue on to Victory Road. Oh, dang it. I could apply my repels now, but I want to save those until I'm actually in Victory Road. Ah, come on. So I think I need to move a little bit to the... At least I'm trying to get to the left area here. And then there should be a doorway up. Oop, there we go. And now this is the badge check section of the game. And this guy in his first building, he checks that we have the Pewter City Boulder badge. And then we're going to go through like a little quick badge roulette. Well, I guess not roulette, but a badge rush of sorts that people are just checking our badges. Like that was Cerulean City's Cascade badge, and this guy's checking for Vermilion City Thunder badge. Next up should be Celadon City's Rainbow badge. Should be around here somewhere, I think. Oh, there we go. There we go. And I forget which badge you have to get next for Gym 5, but there's now this water section here. And I believe there's a section of the game where you can catch Poliwag and Poliwhirl in the water if you want. And the person there just checked us for the 5th badge. I forget which one it is. Ooh. Oh hey, speak to the devil, Poliwag. And then that's badge number 6. Check for Saffron City's Marsh badge and Future City Soul badge. And then upcoming here will be checkpoint number 7 for Cinnabar Island's Volcano badge. And then the guy who's pretty much standing right in front of the entrance to the Victory Road, you'll need to have Viridian City's Earth badge to pass. And voila. And welcome to Victory Road. The cave puzzle section, as I like to call it. And this is the main reason, one of the main reasons why you need to grab strength earlier, because we had to deal with these push boulder thingamabobs. Wait a minute. Is that right here? Oh god, trying to view this on my screen. This looks terrible. Like, I know all the puzzles, it's just like viewing it on this screen in particular is a bit jarring, to say the least. Oh, wait a minute. Come on, I want to push it down, please. Oh god, did I already mess up? Dang it. My headphone wire got stuck there for a moment there. Oh, there we go. Now I want to push it to the side. There we go. You can see those little things. We need to push them onto the switches to lower those, I don't know, mobile walls or whatever you want to call them, so we can make progress. And that's essentially the whole puzzle gimmick behind Victory Road. You need to find all the switches and push those like pillar rock things on top of them so you can cross them and make progress. Although for me, the puzzles are only going to be slightly difficult. What's more difficult for me is navigating Victory Road itself, because I just see a lot of brown around here. So once again, similar to what I say in my BDSP videos, and I think I've pretty much said in previous episodes, navigating around here will be much easier with these trainer battles in the way, which most people would want to speed past these, and I would as well, but they also remind me of the fact I'm also making progress, so that's why they're both a sin and a curse. I mean, they're both a curse and a blessing. But I have essentially a full episode of time. Still have an hour to get through Victory Road, which hopefully shouldn't take me that long. Because if I can save right in front of the Elite Four, like for the following, to finish up the episode, then that'd be lovely. Total 8 episodes to finish Let's Go. That'd be absolutely splendid. And as I go down here, and then there should be a ladder up here. Hopefully I can... Oh, dang it. Don't know that trainer is skippable. But it's the next section that can be a little annoying if you don't know what you're doing. And I think that sounded like a rabbit as I entered the field. I'm just using my attacks that have the most power points and stab damage here, because there are quite a few trainers, and Whoa. Sorry about that noise. That's my old alarm that I need to turn off at this point. I don't need that anymore with my current setup. That used to remind me that's my lunchtime alarm, but I don't eat lunch at the conventional time anymore, so that alarm is now essentially pointless. And that's a victory bell, exclusive to Let's Go Eevee. Although, as far as I'm aware, whether it's V.I.P in Pikachu or Victory Bell in Eevee, those Pokemon only appear in like one spot, and that's like that patch of grass to the south of Pallet Town. Like you can surf south of Pallet, and then on like the right side, there's like a squarish little area with a patch of grass. Those are the only areas in which those two Pokemon particularly spawn. That's version exclusive, of course, and also it only applies as far as I'm aware, where Tangela also spawns. I didn't mean to go back down. Come on. Come on, ladder. Where are you? There we go. Thank you. And this time, do not send me back down to the next floor, please. Thank you. I want to stay on this floor. And then there should be a... There we go. I guess I have to push you down a little. And then put you to the left. And there we go. Should be on the switch. Lowers this mobile wall so we can move on. Throughout the course of Victory Road, there should be, I believe, maybe 2 more walls we have to lower to make progress. There's one more on this floor that leads to like the final well, not the final ladder, but like it will just essentially make us progress to essentially exit Victory Road. And getting that one to lower requires quite a bit of stuff. We have to lower quite a few more walls before we can get to that one. Well, not a few more walls, but we have to push, I think, 1 more boulder before we get to that one. Oh, hey, Slowbro. Elite Four member number 1 will have you. I never understood Lorelei. Like, I think she'll still represent an ice type Elite Four member, but considering there's so few ice types in Kanto, that's why she substitutes some members of her team with other Pokemon like Slowbro here. And my first repeller wore off, I bought plenty of them. I should have more than enough to suffice the rest of the journey through the Victory Road. Hopefully I won't need close to all of them. Now, technically speaking, if you're playing this normally, I think you're about a third way through Victory Road already at this point. That sounds like Hitmonlee. I think that's Hitmonlee. Looks like it. I forget if poison is what damage that does to you. Okay, poison is just effective on fighting. Good to know. I didn't quite remember that part of the type chart. I don't know how often people would use poison on a fighting type. Hey, Poliwrath. So Poliwrath is another one of those fully evolved Pokemon that I don't think can appear in the wild. So you would have to catch one of those Poliwags from earlier, or Poliwhirl if you're looking to find one, and use a Water Stone to evolve it. Just as how if you were too lazy to try to search for Victory Bell or Vileplume in the wild, then you have to just find an Oddish or Bellsprout and evolve them the old-fashioned way. Yeah, and you can see there's that move, that mobile wall we have to eventually lower. But for now, we need to come up here. And I think should be a ladder around here somewhere. There we go. And then up here, I think there should be a... At least I think there's supposed to be a boulder we can push around. But I guess we have to deal with this trainer first. Oh hey, that's a Dragonair. Dratini and Dragonair's cries are somewhat similar. I think Dragonair is a little bit longer and more high-pitched. And you can find those on Route 10, just rarely. Usually you would find Magikarps or Tentacles on that little water route. But on the rare side you can find Dratinis there, and then on the very rare side you can find Dragonairs. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the previous episode, but when I was running through the game just for catching Pokemon for the home account, I was lucky enough to find 2 Dragonairs and I actually managed to catch both of them because I chucked my silver raspberries at them and I was chucking Ultra Balls as well. And I would have had a higher capture chance on them as well if I could use 2 controllers, but since that was in a... I was doing that on like the Switch Lite, you can't use the 2 Joy-Con throw method there, so unfortunately I was stuck with 1 Pokeball. That's why I chucked the silver raspberry. Otherwise I would just use the regular raspberry, use the Joy-Con double controller with Ultra Balls, and then I would just chuck for dear life. But anyways, I went to that little section too soon because I had to go over here first, and I think I found this boulder I was supposed to be pushing. And I just want to evaluate this area. Let's see. This part can get a little tricky. Oh, I think we found something. Yeah, I think there was something down there. Might have been a TM, I forget. That way, that's not the important part. We need to figure out this boulder. Can we push you further? Do I need to push you down first? Yes, I do. And then there's a switch down here. I think I see the switch. I just need to push him a little bit further. Yeah. Oh. Oh shoot, I think I accidentally said no for it to repel. Yeah, I definitely don't want to deal with any wild Pokemon spawning on the middle trying to do these puzzles. That'd be the worst. And then more push to the left, I think. There we go. Ooh, dang it. And that lowers that movable wall over there. So now I can make my way back up over here. Make my way up this little ramp here. Move my way down. Cross where the mobile wall was. Go down here. And then there's a trainer I can't avoid. Around here somewhere. There they are. So yeah, there's just one more mobile wall I have to push, and that's the one that we passed by earlier. But in order to get to that one, there's a boulder in this section I need to push down a hole to the lower floors. You can just use Poison Jab here. Pretty sure poison is just neutral and electric. So looking at things, I should be able to get to the next episode in record time. Goodbye Kingler, and actually just realized through watching someone else's video, I think you can find Kingler in the wild. I might have mentioned in a previous episode that I thought that Kinglers could not be found in the wild, but apparently they do. It's just very rare chance. I think you have to find that route 13, 14, somewhere around there, the area where you can also find Farfetch'd. Well, apparently those routes also can have the chance of Kingler spawning, just as one of those rare encounters. So that's something worth noting. Pidgeots can also be found in the wild, but only in post-game because, well, I guess to spoil it, if you want to call it that, you can find them in the wild. Let me then rerun over here. There should be a... where's the boulder? Do I have to run more down or something? Oh, dang it. I just countered a second trainer. I didn't have to battle. Dang it. Because I recall in the Gen 1 games, there are two trainers in that area that pretty much are facing... One is staring to the left, and one is staring upward, and because of their positions, you are unfortunately forced to battle one of them. They're just staring in one direction, they're not spinners, so you're forced to battle at least one of them in order to make progress. And I think I just accidentally ran to both of them. And we just took down a Jinx. Elite Form number 1 will have one of those. And looks like that's an Arcanine. Thank goodness let's go so we don't have to deal with Intimidates. Because pretty much all the time when you come across Growlithe and Arcanine in the game, they pretty much always have Intimidate on them. And if they don't have Intimidate, it's probably going to be Flash Fire. And there's Golbat. Elite Four member number 3 will have you. I'm pretty sure she would have Crowbats if she could, but since it's all just Kanto Pokemon, no Johto evolutions and whatnot, we are stuck with these forms. Which is both a pro and a con, because one, this saves us time having to complete our Pokedex, but at the same time it just limits the Pokemon pool that we have access to. There's said boulder. No. Whew, I went a little too far. I was afraid I was going to fall down a hole. Come on, I'm trying to push you, please. Thank you. Down you go. And now we go downhill as well. We follow the boulder. And now we're just going to push this all the way to the left. Wait, what? Come on. Frick it. There we go. Keep going, please. I hate how you eventually have to run into it and press the A button in order to get it to move. Otherwise, you just get a text box just telling you that it's there. And there's the switch. One more push. Or maybe one more. Two more. Oh, there we go. Oh, I guess I saw a torchlight and I mistook that one as the switch, but there we go. And it's all the way over there. But now that's the last mobile wall we needed to lower, so now we can just run all the way to the right to that final, well, almost final ladder, just to this one more trainer we have to take on. And the next area we're going to climb up to, there's actually a coach trainer in there that gives you the TM for Outrage if you want to get that. We don't need it. And actually, I don't think I can finish all four Elite Four battles in the champion battle in this time span of like 18 minutes. I mean, even if I'm quick about it, it would still take me quite a bit of time. Even if like each battle lasts like 5 minutes, mostly because of like animations and text and dialogue and all that stuff, it would still take me maybe like 25 minutes max to deal with all that. And that would take me over time. And unfortunately, as much as I would like to extend the episode, unfortunately due to my current setup and supervision by my guardians and whatnot in this public office setup, I have to stop doing things after like each hour. Just why I already did 1 hour episodes to begin with, but now they're really pushing me to be strict about my time, about how long I do anything. Like whether just like if I'm just like doing things on my computer or just any form of media entertainment or anything, they just want me to take a break every hour, which in all honesty, in my opinion, an hour is just so limited because like you pretty much need an hour just to do something rather, even though most people who record this stuff, they can finish up in like a single episode in like maybe like half an hour worth of content because that's typically how long they like to do things. For me though, I always feel like half an hour is too short. That's why I like doing these hour-long episodes instead, so I can get more content going. Because, not to mention, I also feel like I'm actually accomplishing more stuff within the time period of an hour. And then you get this nice little cutscene of being from the Indigo Plateau, and Pikachu is now basking in the fact that we've come so far. Let's go, Pikachu. Which means in the next episode, we shall take on the Elite Four and Champion battles. But as a point of reference, at this point in time, since I'm now working in this office setting, and I've now finally, I guess, have some motivation to finally get my light novel series going. Yes, I've been writing a light novel, although I've been procrastinating on it because I've been focusing on these little Pokemon projects, and then not to mention since I've changed my work locale, that's also affected my work ethic, I suppose, because I've been focusing on Pokemon exclusively when I was working back home. But now I'm in this setting, I can now actually multitask of sorts. Like, as of right now, I'm recording this episode. It's going to come out on Friday, and I'm pretty much already done recording the episode for Thursday. That's tomorrow. So I'm pretty much done for recording for the rest of this week, so when it comes to recording episodes for for next week. For Monday, I'll definitely be releasing the final episode for finishing up the Let's Go series, unless you guys want me to do all post-game stuff, maybe running to all the extra dungeons like Sea Foam Islands for Articuno, Power Plant for Zapdos, go back into Victory Road to find Moltres. I actually skipped the ladder where Moltres could be found. Like I was standing right next to it, but I avoided it on purpose because I was afraid it would reset the boulder puzzle I was pushing around for. And of course, in post-game there's Cerulean Cave for Mewtwo, so if you guys want me to do all that post-game stuff, then please make a comment down below or smash that like button. That's also an indication that you listen to me and all that stuff. So I guess this is the point, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And links down to my social medias down below, especially Patreon. That gives you access to my home account, which helps me. Follow me on Patreon by pledging $1 a month. Definitely supports me, but I support you by offering living dexes for all Nintendo Switch games for Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, Let's Go Pikachu. I got all of those living dexes in there, so just move them into your home account. If you become that, then join my Discord. I'll give you all the information to join to get that particular home account onto your Nintendo Switch, which requires you to have an open slot for another profile. But if you're just a regular player, then the odds of you having 8 profiles already on your Switch is pretty unlikely, so you should have room for one more profile. You add my profile there, and you just go into the home account, and you just move the Pokemon from my home into your Sword or Shield. Let's Go Pikachu, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, eventually Legends Arceus, and also eventually, once I wrap that up, Scar and Violet Dex. The Scar and Violet Dex is almost complete. I'm just missing the 4 Ruination Pokemon and 2 Paradoxes to put into there, but beyond those 6, the rest of the living dex is there. So if you need those to just complete your shiny charms, then those are available for $1 a month. And in addition to that, as of right now, I am working on my light novel. Hopefully the 3rd chapter should be out maybe by Friday or sometime next week. I'm mostly just revising a lot of stuff because I had ideas that popped in that had me revise the chapter because I had a different change of ideas, which is kind of bad. You're not supposed to really do that, but I want to. I'm not an editor or anything, but I just want to make sure everything is to my satisfaction, because if you're not proud of a work before you release it, then it's really not worth working on. That's why I like making these episodes. I'm proud of this little Let's Play series I've been working on, and you guys hitting those different buttons also tells me that you also enjoy my content. So please. Beyond that, I guess I have nothing else to add for the rest of this episode, so you all know the drill, and I'll see you all next time. Take care!